Hello and welcome to the CRL Street Stocks at Michigan. I am your host Harrison, and in the booth with me today is not Matt. It is Chris Pierce. Say hi, Chris.
Hello, everyone.
Chris is currently your defending Street Stock Series champion, and today he'll be filling in while Matt's out for something. We're at Michigan today, one of my favorite tracks. Matt just sort of, or not. I might do that multiple times.
That'll be
Um,
happening a lot today.
Chris, run us through a little bit about Michigan.
It's a really great track. 70 miles west of Detroit in real life. Obviously, we're not there really today. It's 2 miles, 18-degree banking. It's a lot of speed, a lot of strategy. It's also the widest track we go to. Probably gonna go 5 wide, but with these guys, I'm not sure if they can hold it for that long. Hit maybe 140, 150. But yeah, otherwise, flat out, plate track. Some good racing today, hopefully.
All right. Well, currently as practice starts to wrap up, being over in about 5 minutes, Bryn George, who we're currently watching, is currently tops the leaderboards with Wolfgang Hoffman and Hunter Terpstra being your top three in practice. Some interesting people today. I don't think we have anybody new, although the 89 of Mitch Hobbs has a new paint job, as well as the 05 of Wolfgang Hoffman. So is the 88 of David Gibbs. He has a pretty nice, what sponsor is that? I cannot see that for the life of me. But he has a very nice paint job.
Yeah, it's very good.
Do you have anybody you're keeping your eye on today?
You know, I would hate to say it, but Casey Drake, honestly. I know he's top of the standings, but he's been on the podium 4 times, but not once at all. So I would watch out for him. Maybe he's going for the win today.
All right. I am going to. It doesn't sound like a curveball if you were just listening to last year. I'm going to say Bryn George. We know he's quick around Michigan from last year. He's coming off of a good run at what was last week's ARCA race? Bristol? Yeah. Got top 3 at Bristol. I think he's going to carry that momentum. He's topping the leaderboards in practice. I think he's going to have a good run today. Top 3 again, maybe getting the win. But I guess we'll see.
He's a great plate driver and very consistent. So as long as he doesn't get into trouble, I mean, that prediction makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
You never know with these drivers, though.
You really don't.
Especially at such a fast track like Michigan.
Do we have any penalties carrying over from last week? I don't think we do. I think all the penalties got
I don't
cleared.
believe so.
Yeah, no, I think we
I
had.
wasn't here, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, we had unless I'm mistaken, we had a pretty clean race, if my memory serves me right last. So we shouldn't have any penalties for anybody to watch out for. Obviously, being a plate track, or at least in these cars, a plate track, Michigan, there's going to be a lot of teamwork involved with pushing. Hopefully, as long as people are being aggressive, you will have some nice 2 wide or 2 lanes going for most of the race. But
If not more.
if not more, yeah, this track definitely is wide enough to. The
Accommodate
89
that,
getting
yeah.
clawed. That caught me off guard. All right,
There's a reason for practice. These guys know that.
yeah. But yeah, they should have the fuel to go to the end if they're in the pack. If you're up front, you're probably going to be stretching it, but we'll see. So some of the guys like Casey Drake and that lot, Michael Razio, they're probably going to be pushing
Max
it on
Racing
fuel.
gang.
Yeah, Supermax Racing, that team. They're probably going to be pushing it a little bit on fuel, but obviously what you could do is you just have a guy in the back of your team, you let him pass, and then you save fuel a little bit. But at the end of the day, that's part of the strategy. So we should have, about 3 more minutes of practice. So we just
I'd imagine with fuel. Actually, I'm being told right now it's 50% fuel.
Oh, we're being.
So
Okay, well that's
so
good.
it actually can make for some good strategy around here.
All right. That's going to be nice. As with the Arcus.
Go ahead.
Continue.
I know last season we had a great battle at the on the last lap where drivers ran out of fuel and they were pushing each other in cautions. So I'm wondering with 50% fuel if we're going to see some big team plays here and maybe some bold strategy calls.
It's always a possibility here at any plate track. I lost my train of thought just a little bit, but that's fine. Everybody's invisible for me today. All right, yeah, no, they're messing around. Practice is over. um,
Time to get serious now, though.
yeah. Who do you think we should follow for qualifying?
You know, I'd have to say I would go with Tyler Tomasi, but I haven't been here as long as you. You know best.
As you qualifying, still a minute away. They're just deciding they're gonna mess around a little early. Yeah, no. When it
Although
comes to,
he was fastest in practice.
we'll figure this out. No, what I was trying to say was, as with the ARCA series, with them having 2 extra sets, in street stocks, we now only have 1 extra set. So, tires might play a big thing, especially with fuel. So, I mean, are tires that important here in Michigan? Would you say, Chris?
You know, I would think for the most part, no, but if you're running the inside line 100% of the time, flat out, and you're at the front, there might be a chance your tires will run out. But honestly, I have no idea. We'll have to see during the race today.
All right.
As we see Bryn George getting a little loose here in qualifying.
I'm getting a little tap from Michael Razio.
Getting a big tap. I love that from these big camera views you can really see how big and wide this track is. It's really something.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. One of my favorite tracks, if I haven't already said that. I think I have.
Probably say it many times more today.
Yeah, probably will. Well, hopefully we'll have exciting enough race where I won't bring it up again. But,
I'd imagine so. It's a plate
yeah,
track.
it's a play track. It's always fun. Something's always happening. Somebody's always pushing too hard or something in the back, so we always have something to watch. But yeah, no, Michigan's just what a beautiful circuit. Probably my second favorite oval track. Actually, I quite like Iowa as well.
Great track as well.
Yeah. Also, with this wide camera view, I'm noticing that some of the, what's it called? Did Razio just spin out Bryn again?
It's not been a fun qualifying for him, that's for sure.
Well, it's still practice, but yeah. No,
Oh, no, it's still practice.
Yeah.
That explains a lot of the behavior.
And as we see, the session is now over. Now they're going to qualifying. They're a little late.
There we go. Okay.
All right. As the ticker has a heart attack, as we're waiting for everybody to get on track. There we go. All right.
David Gibbs out of the pit lane first.
Mhm.
Eager to get his lap in.
Maybe just hoping he can set a bar. A nice early lap.
What do you expect him to qualify, you know? Has he been a mid-pack kind of guy this season?
I think, yeah, mid-pack's a good word. Gibbs is obviously a good driver. Anybody from season 1 will remember that. I mean, he's your Cup Series, well, now ARCA Series champion, but bit of a rough start to the year. Yeah, dominant, really. Didn't he win like 7 out of the first 8 races or something like that?
Yeah, it was a mess.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think being a plate track, Gibbs knows how to hold himself on the plate tracks and the Super Speedway series, which we don't broadcast. He's been fairly consistent, and this is basically what the Super Speedway series is. I see that he's running the high line the entire first lap, just to get as much momentum and as much warmth in the tires as possible.
Now I wonder if we're going to see any drivers start to qualify from back, maybe try to make a strategic move. What do you think about that?
I imagine, well, we're probably going to see Zachary Thornton qualify in the back. He always does. I know last race, uh, no, not Brady Floyd, sorry. Michael Razio started in the back, unless I'm mistaken, to try to get the extra bonus point, and ended up getting second, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that. Gibbs, as you said, being the first out, setting the quickest lap, but being an outside lap, that's not going to stand. But yeah, no, you might see some of the people who know that they're quick qualify in the back, so that way they can just go through the field. But I guess we're about to find out, as Ace currently tops our standings, as people are still getting in their qualifying laps.
50-second mark here.
Yeah, running really should be mid 49s on your own, maybe high 49s. I mean, Gibbs got a 50.2 running the outside lane, so yeah. Once you get into slipstream, probably very low 49s, that type of thing. As Gibbs runs a 49.7, putting on provisional pole. That's a pretty decent lap.
Yeah, that'll definitely stay up there. I don't know if there's any drivers that'll beat that. We might see 1 or 2, but that's definitely a solid lap then.
Bryn qualifying currently 5th, although he's on his 2nd lap, so that might have just been an outside lap that I'm not able to see yet. Wolfgang Hoffman taking the pole from Gibbs by 0.007 of a second.
Keep in mind, guys, these average speeds are roughly around 145 miles an hour, so in these cars, definitely one mistake is going to slow you down a lot.
Not even a mistake, just sort of a twitch in the wheel.
Yeah, just dip your tire on the line. Anything like that is going to slow you down a lot.
Bryn setting his quick lap, takes pole, as we saw in practice. Pretty
It's definitely
good.
a bold statement from him.
Pretty good qualifying and practice for was it Double D Racing? That's David and Bryn's name. I'm pretty sure that's their team name.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. As Harrison Chandler's practicing his pit entry, he's already qualified.
First and third definitely give some wiggle room during the race with strategy.
Also, that's starting.
Line.
Yeah, they're starting on the same line. Amir Page, this is his first race of the season, isn't it? I don't think he's started any other races yet. So, Amir being a regular last season.
He's definitely one to watch, you know. He can be fast on occasion, but he's been known to cause some incidents with some drivers, let's just say that.
Yep. It looks like either Tristan Rivers has said that he's going to qualify in the back, or he is really aggressively warming his rear tires. I'll let you decide from the footage.
You know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get those tires nice and warm.
Let's see if we have anybody else sitting on track. Brock just his lap, although sadly only getting 8th. Amir sitting on the sideline, and that was it for qualifying. All right. There we go. As again, the ticker has a heart attack because it's very confused. There we go. All right. Bryn George is your pole sitter, with Wolfgang Hoffman on his outside. Starting the second row is David Gibbs, a very good qualifying for Double D Racing. On his outside, Mitch Hobbs, looking to get some solid points tonight. Harrison Chandler starts your third row with Casey Drake behind. I'm not going to pronounce Ace's last name. Ace.
Druid?
I've just called him Ace all season.
Something like that.
Yeah. Ace and Brock start the, is that 5th row? Yes. No, 4th row, sorry. Jackson Derby and Michael Razio start the 5th, or complete the 5th. Brady Floyd, Tristan Rivers, Amir Page, Zachary Thornton, and Hunter Terpstra all did not qualify, and therefore in the back of the field. I'm thinking Tristan and maybe Thornton are going to be charging through the field. Hunter, he admits it, he isn't the best racer. He does this for a good amount of practice and usually keeps his nose clean. Amir, I guess we're going to see, because we've only seen him race last season. And as viewers of this stream will know, last season and this season have been very different when it comes to the competition. So I think it's gonna be an interesting race as the drivers start their pace lap.
You know, it's a long run down into turn one, and I think with this such a long main straight, you might see some drivers trying to hustle it out, trying to get in that turn one first. What do you think the odds are of having a caution on this early lap?
I think if the caution happens, it'll be within the first 5 laps. After that, I think the drivers are gonna start to get into more of a rhythm, and we might have a mid-stage caution. But I think if we survive 5 laps,
We're
they'll
going out in the cone there.
yeah, he's very happy with his pole position, I think. But yeah, I think if we survive 5, 6 laps, they'll start to settle down and get into a rhythm of the pack.
As you can see, Gibbs getting very close to Bryn there in the restart.
Although, unlike a track like our plate track like Charlotte, Michigan has sort of multiple lines. It's much more like Daytona in a sense. So Wolfgang isn't completely screwed out of a position if Gibbs holds that inside line.
We're gonna see the pace car come down shortly down pit lane. The restart is on green, but on restarts it is leader's choice. Here we go.
Pace car is off. And green flag, we are racing at Michigan. Very good start by Wolfgang, but Bryn will have that inside line, so he'll be able to take it through the first corner.
Looks like Gibbs is giving him a little push.
Wolfgang swinging down to cover that inside with his good start. The 89 of Mitch Hobbs also holding it on the outside. They're almost 4 wide in the back.
Those guys in the back, starting from the back, not qualifying, they're really pushing it this way.
89 also having a good start. Yeah, it looks like that outside lane had a pretty good run, although they're shoving Bryn way down.
He's in the grass.
He's gonna be screaming. Is that a caution?
Oh, that's gotta be a caution.
Yep, that's a caution.
There we go, first lap.
And let's see what happened there. Because I just saw Bryn flying, as we see there.
I want to say someone tapped Bryn.
I think he...
Just a chain reaction.
Yeah, let's get a good view of that. And he had to get towed.
We got cars on their roofs, maybe something in the back happened there.
Alright, let's see if we can get a high up camera angle. Come on. Alright. So they're going down the front stretch. Good start. Where is it?
I think it was going into turn 3 right here.
Yeah. So the 89 gets low, or loose and low. They both hit the grass. He comes up, loses a little bit, but he holds it. 89 gets really loose.
They just lose it.
And then they both slam into the wall. So yeah.
Maybe the 89 just lost it on his own.
Well, no, because 89 went low as well. Let me see if I can also... Where is the 89? There we go. Why is it at this... There we go. Alright. So he also hit the grass.
You're right.
Yeah. And so he just spun.
Much more speed.
Yeah. And that caused that.
That's really unfortunate for Bryn. He got tapped and he recovered well, and it was just unlucky there.
Yeah. He did have to get towed from that as we go back to the present. Wolfgang Hoffman is your leader after the pit stops because Harrison Chandler, Amir Page, Ace Brady, just about most of the field pitted. I assume that'd be a splash and go because they want to go longer on fuel. I don't think tires, being that you only have one set, would matter.
Definitely not on the first lap.
And I don't think any of those, maybe Ace, because Ace was sort of back where Tristan was, but other than that, I don't think they really caught too much damage, so I imagine that'd be for fuel. Gibbs getting through that carnage fairly well. He's going to be starting in second, most likely on the outside, unless Wolfgang chooses to start from the outside.
I would have thought some drivers would have stayed out.
Quite a few did.
It's just too much fuel right now.
Yeah. I'm assuming a few of those are damage. Bryn just 2 laps down automatically. That's rough. That's really rough.
With the close racing in Michigan, if there's another caution, he might get those back pretty easily.
Sort of in the background, Brock Packard. Not used to saying that name. I think he's done one race before. He gained 5 spots off that first lap. Although some of those might be pits, but still, great start from him.
Where did he qualify? Like 8th?
Yes. No. Yes, 8th. So he's already up to 3rd.
Great for him, yeah.
Yeah. Michael Razio starting from the back, not qualifying, back up to 5th. As we're 1 to green. I believe Wolfgang has picked the bottom lane. Yes, he has.
Makes sense.
Yeah. That
So who was involved in that incident? It was Bryn?
Hunter.
It was Hunter.
And they collected... No, 89, because he also
Was it
spun
89?
it. Remember?
So it's 89,
Wait,
Bryn,
89
Hunter.
stayed out? With all that
89
damage?
Oh, okay.
I guess he's just going to accept it. He doesn't want to go a lap down, I guess. Actually, he doesn't look too bad, so, but he was
it
the
looks like
one...
he lost it. That was all. He didn't go into the wall or anything.
Well, he clipped Bryn, though, because that's what caused Bryn to go into the wall, was hitting the 89, so... I don't know.
We'll definitely see in the restart.
Yeah. Only 3 went down a lap. Tristan and Hunter both went down 1 lap, and Bryn got his lap back, or managed to get his lap back under this caution. So he's also only 1 lap down, which means those 3 will be fighting for the lucky dog come green. Alright. Wolfgang's teammates with Casey, right?
Sounds
I believe
right.
so. Yeah, they're both in Supermax. So if if Wolfgang jumps it, then Casey could probably get a good start, maybe slide down and help him out. But other than that, he's sort of off on his own. His pace car pulls off. Tristan's still in the pits as the pace car pulls off.
There you go.
And we're green. Yeah, as I said, Casey slid down immediately.
And Gibbs just gets completely hung out to dry.
Yeah. Gibbs wants to make that outside work, though. At least he thinks he can.
It's definitely a gamble, but I think you gotta have the support of your teammates to make that work.
Mm-hmm. Or at the very least, he's going to slot in behind Razio here. Actually, he has a pretty good run down this stretch. He might be able to hold it. Might actually have some side-by-side racing here.
You know, that front pack is definitely picking up the speed all in a straight line.
Mm-hmm. The 24 of Brock pushing Wolfgang pretty well on that start and down the back straight.
Look at the gap they've already made.
Yeah, already a 2nd to 5th. Yeah, no, that's quite impressive. And Casey, or sorry, not Casey. Probably when you have 2 similarly numbered cars side by side. Gibbs actually pulling it back. Look at that. It's already up to 2nd.
Side draft.
Mm-hmm. Although a name to keep your eye on in the back, Amir just set our fastest lap. So Amir is catching up in theory to this top pack. That might be a lot of drafting and such, so we'll see.
These cars don't have too much power, so definitely if you're within around a 2nd, you're gonna start pulling that car in front of you.
Mm-hmm. I think the bottom lane started checking up, because that would explain why Gibbs was able to get around the outside and why the 89 and 29 and just in general the pack has caught up a little bit. It looks like Harrison has decided that he is going to go up and help Gibbs at that top line, as they're 3 wide behind him, although quickly, who is that, the 60? Backs out of that, thinks wiser.
Yeah, not a bad start for Bryn. He's hanging back there. I think he's trying to be really cautious at this point.
24 got shoved low, so he's trying to get in so he doesn't do what happened to Bryn. There he is. He's going to slot into the back of this pack. They're 3 wide with... apparently he does not have damage. Mitch Hobbs
I don't
is...
know how he made that work.
They're 4 wide on the front stretch.
That's Michigan for you.
There's people blinking in their 4 wide. That is that's not just Michigan. That's rough. Yeah, it does look like the 89 has done something. Maybe the damage lost weight. I don't know, but he is flying. And now we have this nice little 2-lane pack going, with Supermax at the bottom lane, and everybody who wants to fight him on the top lane.
It looks like I don't know who's in that teal car, but they're definitely helping Bryn and Hunter there pull back to the pack. Yeah, this bottom line is really running tight. Like
Well, they're
6 in a row.
teammates, so they're probably talking to each other a little bit there. As the 89 glitches out and just sends it into the infield, I think that's a real disconnect. Because he suddenly turned sharply into the infield and then disappeared, so I don't know.
That's potentially a problem.
Maybe he just got to the lead of the race and decided, you know what, I've shown what I wanted to do and just ditched it. I don't know.
You never know.
But that leaves a bit of a scramble between Harrison Chandler and the 05 of Wolfgang Hoffman for the lead. A little loose there at the bottom line, but that's fine as long as they don't make contact.
You can see that backpack's really coming now. We got Zachary Gordon and Bryn George coming back.
I don't know how, but apparently all the guys... Oh, wait, no. I read it wrong. Never mind. Timing sheet was wrong. For some reason, Bryn was counted at the lead lap, and I was wondering how they all got their lap back, but it was just the timing sheet being confused. That's my bad.
Next lap or two, things are going to get really bunched up.
Currently, Bryn will be taking the lucky dog if there's a caution, as Mitch Hobbs is not on track, even though he is one lap down. Yeah, nice little pack here, although Wolfgang seems to be able to pull a little bit, as everyone else is side drafting and attempting to catch up to him.
They get a little contact there in the third row.
It looked very close, and they did shove Zachary Thorne low, but he's just going to take it and try to run with it.
Below the line, that's a risky move. You got that dirt down there. Bring in the back there. I think he's just biding his time, trying to get that lucky dog.
Yeah, he doesn't want to risk anything and get into another wreck. 3 wide for the lead as Casey and Razio dips low. That's a screenshot right there. 3 wide by 3. Yeah. This is some nice close racing.
And inside line's got a great run going.
They do, but I mean, the 88 Gibbs knows how to push. Okay, he's a very experienced driver. I've said it before, I'll say it again. And taking the outside run that he's getting and actually being good at pushing, Harrison is just giving him such a run down the straights. Look at that. It does look like the inside line has sort of cut their losses because they probably want to pass Gibbs before they start fighting in between their team.
Yeah, that's the thing about the outside line. It's not as safe, but if you're racing to the line, you want that speed coming off those corners. Outside line's the way to go.
This is absolutely fascinating to watch. Just a lot of control with the cars, with all of the drivers. I'm actually a little shocked we went this far without a... Well, we did have a caution right at the beginning, but this close racing, nobody spun it yet.
It's pretty early on in the race. I don't think anyone's thinking about taking risks yet.
I'm still wondering what those people who pitted early did. Like, okay, Ace might have picked up damage because that's a pretty long pit stop for him. Bryn obviously picked up damage. Hunter picked up damage, but then you have Zachary Thorin, who didn't look like he picked up damage. He wasn't in that accident, but then had a 94-second pit stop, which means he either underfueled the car, maybe had a well, no, because you can't do that. You have fixed setup. So I don't know what he did.
I'm wondering if he just did full fuel, full tires, hoping maybe there's not a caution.
Maybe, but fuel and tires wouldn't take that long because it was only a lap. I don't know.
He's still on the lead lap though,
Mm-hmm.
so he might as well.
That's fair. Um, they're still fighting 2 by 2.
Is that Brady Freud on the outside with the yellow nose car?
Yeah.
I mean, he got chopped off by Gibbs, but he's definitely gonna have a big run coming up this next lap.
Mm-hmm. So I get a little different view.
Yeah, that inside line getting a good run off of turn 2. So he's getting a solid push down the backstretch.
Mm-hmm. Well, it does look like Brock's having more trouble pushing Wolfgang. In fact, I don't think they even made contact down that straight. Whereas Gibbs is all over the bumper of Harrison.
And he's really making that outside line work for him.
Mm-hmm. And Harrison's a very steady and consistent driver. It's probably a good partnership right here.
As they bump oil on the back.
Yeah.
I'd imagine now some drivers who are stuck in the back getting a little impatient.
Yeah, as they came across a lapped car. Some people, not necessarily high, but most people went mid-pack to just make sure they give them room. I'm actually more surprised than nobody, like maybe Casey or Thorin in the back didn't try to dive down and squeeze 3 wide there. 'Cause everybody went a little bit up on the track, but
You can see why Gibbs is so good at pushing. He comes into the corner high, midway through the corner, drops low, and gets a huge run on the guy in front of him. That's what's giving him these advantages right now. That's why he's there.
Now Wolfgang just went up high to try to block the run, but in so has given up his lead to the 24 Brock. In fact, he's fallen back a good bit.
I wonder if this upside row is trying to... Yeah, as Gibbs comes down. Definitely tired of that outside line.
Unless Brady Floyd can get up there and get some good pushing, I don't think Harrison can be able to hold on to that without some help.
You know, if Gibbs can keep that level of quality pushing down on the bottom, they're going to run away with this.
Actually, Brady doesn't look like he's helping at all. He wants to take the lead for himself.
No. As we see, Bryn is slowly closing on the back in the back there.
I mean, he has, what's it called? He has the Lucky Dog locked down by half a lap because the next person is Hunter Terpstra, who fell out of the draft, and he has Lucky Dog as long as he doesn't get into a wreck.
And the draft is really powerful here, as we can see. This pack is really tight, but if you're on your own, you're at least 5 miles an hour slower, if not more.
Brady Floyd seems to... Is it 24 pitting? They're all pitting. The entire bottom line. They're needing fuel.
You know, with that 50% fuel, looks like maybe this could be a 2-stop race?
Yeah, you'd assume. Maybe that's why Gibbs slid down to the bottom line. He wanted to make sure he wasn't going to be stuck outside of the pit.
Maybe saving fuel?
Possibly.
He was running behind the lead car, so he could have definitely lifted a little bit.
Alright, now who's not pitting?
Did Bryn stay out?
That's a good question.
I wonder if Bryn pitted, if Terpstra stayed out and tried to get that lucky dog.
No, Bryn did not pit.
That's a smart move by him.
The 48 has gotten going, but he's not going the pit speed yet. He's just creeping along the pits. Harrison, maybe. Harrison Chandler is the first one out properly, as Brady Floyd and Zachary Thornton are the only ones to stay out.
Wonder if he didn't grab tires. He's miles ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, Brady Floyd and Zachary Thornton are the only ones to stay out. Ace staying. Actually, Ace also staying out. Bryn stayed out that first lap, but came in when all these guys are coming out, so he's gonna be out of the draft. Bit of a bad strategy call there, but that's fine. That's gonna space everyone out, which means if these two pit together, which it doesn't look like they're going to do this lap, these two pit together, you know, right now you want to try to draft with somebody, right? You don't want to be by yourself. And I think that's going to be some of the problem with some of these guys.
You know, I think Thornton's in a great position. He pitted early. He must have grabbed fuel. I mean, he's ready to go for this race.
And what was our leader beforehand, Wolfgang Hoffman, now 2 laps down after that pit cycle. He might gain one of those back with pit, but when the leader's pit, but bit of a rough pit call there. For viewers at home, don't look at the standings right now. They're all sorts of confused with this pit cycle, since positions only update once you cross the line. So, yeah, if you're wondering why Amir, despite being 1 lap down, was in like 13th place, just wait for it to update. Leaders here catching up on the 87 to Casey Drake, who's a lap down, or about to be 2 laps down once they pass him. Bryn just coming out of the pit below him. Casey's blocking hard for Thornton down there. Pushing him low. Thornton barging his way up. It's fine. Rubin's racing. Now, the 87's in a pretty good position here. He's the only person out of the pits, unless I'm mistaken, that has some draft. Everybody else is just sort of spread across the racetrack. Let me try to get a high view so that we can see that. Come on. There we go. Yeah, everyone got spread out.
This round of pit stops is definitely messed with the front pack here. Everyone's stringing out.
I'm wondering how much longer Zachary Thornton can go on this fuel.
He only did pit after lap 1, so...
Yeah. Which means with 50% fuel, he had even stretching it, I mean, I'm going to say lap 26? 27 maybe?
Is that Bryn behind him?
Bryn's way back there. It's Casey directly behind him and Brady directly behind him. Bryn's a little bit further back.
You know, with Thornton and them, because they got the draft and they pitted opposite to the others, I wonder if by the time everyone pits, they're just going to be miles ahead.
So I'm starting to think, yeah, currently the leader of that round of pit stops, people who have already pitted, is Harrison Chandler. He's barely a lap down. He's actually just out of frame when we go to the straight. So I think he'll definitely get a lap back. I don't think they pulled miles ahead on him. As he creeps into frame just about now, way down there. Actually, no, he didn't that time around. But he's right there though, so I think he should be able to get his lap back. Maybe Gibbs. I don't know where Gibbs currently is on the racetrack, but I know Harrison Chandler isn't too far back. Bryn is actually about to unlap himself, meaning that he'll only be 2 laps down. Yeah, Bryn's using this slipstream, as well as Casey, to be fair, because Casey's a lap down as well. They're both using this draft of these two pretty effectively.
some of these lap cars definitely praying for a caution at this point. You know, pack's stringing out. They can just get unlapped. That'd be so good for them.
I think just about everyone's hoping for a caution. I mean, you have Zachary Thornton, Brady Floyd, and Ace who are hoping that, like, if caution comes right now, those three will be able to keep this massive lead they've gained, or some of it at least. They're guaranteed to be front runners come the yellow or the green. You got people like, well, Bryn, who really wants his laps back. Everybody wants their laps back. So I think it'll be interesting if there's a yellow. I don't think we're going to get it, though, because minus this pack of 3, everyone else is spread out.
Yeah, I'm definitely not hoping someone crashes, but for the sake of racing, it would make things up, definitely.
I think Thornton's going to have to pit this time around. I'm surprised he didn't pit last lap. And both
out of fuel around here is just...
Yeah, you should know. Him. They're still going.
Yeah, no, last season in this race, we had a driver run out of fuel on the line at the last lap. And there was a caution before that, and we tried to push him around and clutch in, but it just wasn't enough.
You're talking as if this person wasn't you.
Well, no, I was pushing the guy. I didn't run
Oh,
out
it
of
was
fuel.
Noah. You're right. Shoot.
It was Noah Walter, yeah.
I get you and Noah confused, and I have no reason to. I'm sorry.
But yeah, no, fuel should be definitely interesting. That's right.
I could be wrong, and I'm going to say this because it's been a glitch in the past. You know how you used to be able to, where you started with 50%, but if you pitted, you could pit for 100% fuel?
Yeah, that's probably what Thornton did.
That might have been, because that was a long pit stop with him and Brady. And Ace, to be honest, because Ace has also been able to keep this. That might have been what happened.
That's a big move.
I mean, right now it's the two lapped cars battling in front of them, not necessarily the guys who are actually in the lead. They're just trying to see who can get the better draft out of the two of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him, honestly. Getting a draft even off lap cars at this point is definitely going to be beneficial.
Well, the lap cars have fresher tires. They are quicker. It's just them getting the draft and holding on as long as possible is going to be the best they can do.
Exactly.
Harrison Chandler is still your lucky dog and sitting in the best position if the leaders pit. I am wondering if... Do we have an in-race commentator that's pitted on lap 2? No. Well, we have Brady Floyd. I don't really want to pull him up when he's in the middle of a battle, though, so... I guess we're just going to have to speculate. If they don't pit by 35. Yeah. If they don't pit by 35, I think it's going to be safe to say that they got the 100% fuel.
So standing-wise, I know things are messed up on the scoreboard. How are we looking right now? Who's our leader?
Zachary Thornton.
So it's Thornton and then...
Brady.
And
then
just them to the front?
Yeah, Ace is he got out of the draft, but he is on the lead lap. Everyone else is at least a lap down. Most people are too. You got Harrison Chandler, David Gibbs, Amir, and Casey on 1 lap down. Although I think that's going to change because Casey just passed. Yeah, Casey just passed the leaders. So then you have Wolfgang, Brock, Razio, Bryn, 2 laps. And then you have Jackson Derby at 3 laps down and Hunter Terpstra 4 laps down. Actually, Hunter Terpstra is about to be 5 laps down as they come up on him now. I mean, if you just took a screenshot right here, technically Bryn is leading the race, which means my pick's doing the best. But
I'm sure he's imagining that he's just, he's in front. He's winning the race.
He's in a good position if a caution comes out. Oh, I hear hitting. What's that? That's these 3 hitting each other.
He would not be the lucky dog, though, would he?
No, but it'd bunch the pack up. And that's really what he needs right here, because cautions breed cautions. Actually, they got a little unlucky, because the rules are there's a competition caution halfway through the race if there isn't a caution. But we had a lap 1 caution, which means that now we have the potential of going 49 laps caution free, which isn't normal.
It's entirely possible, though.
Yeah. Now these three here are actually no, they're not. Never mind. Harrison Chandler here is the lucky dog currently, with the other two actually battling for a second lap down. The lead of the second lap down cars.
So how many cars do we have that we still lap down at this point?
What's 15 minus 3? 12. We have 12 guys a lap down.
Only the podium is on the lead lap?
Yes. In fact, Ace being out of the slipstream for about 20 laps now, it's actually about to lose his lead. Or his lap. Unless they wreck it. Which is possible, because Doran has dived it to the inside time and time again.
I'm sure Thornton is definitely just hoping that it's not a wreck. Right now he's looking very good.
I mean, I'm sure there's going to be words about this afterwards, and for people, if there's anybody out there that's only watching this and isn't in the Discord, I'll be surprised. But if you exist, I'll make sure to inform our viewers come next Street Stock race if any penalties are given out. But, I mean, you can't really fault Casey and Bryn here for racing them. They're quicker, they have fresher tires, they're lighter on fuel. Well, probably lighter on fuel.
Finally gets past Zachary Gordon after very low on the track.
But like, they're racing each other hard. It's not like it's just Casey like absolutely sending it against somebody. No, they're racing each other equally hard.
This is Bryn trying to unlap his third lap.
Yes.
2 laps down.
But they're all racing each other equally hard, so it's not like if there is penalties given out for, not giving way for leaders or something. I mean, they did, and then they found themselves quicker and they unlapped, and then you decided that you're going to dive under. They're equal speed right now, except for one's a lap ahead. Or 2 laps ahead.
They're definitely giving each other space. Especially with Thornton. But really, there isn't much you can do at this point.
No, you just have to sort of hope it's caution if you're one of the lapped cars.
Oh, see, he's making that outside one.
Maybe they'll actually work together. But that'd be wishful thinking. So.
How is our Supermax team doing right now?
6th.
Or is that them right behind them?
Yeah, that's their little pack.
Train.
Yeah. Oh, it's led by, or was being led by Harrison Chandler, who's not Supermax, but the rest of them are Supermax in that little train.
I'm sure they'll quietly tuck behind him.
Yeah.
What's good is though, once if that backpack catches this front train, might have them pack racing and potentially a caution.
I mean, if Harrison Chandler can pass Thorin, is anybody else in that group? Yeah, no, I think Harrison Chandler is the only one there that's only 1 lap down. If Harrison Chandler can pass him, he can get on lead lap. And that's not even a lucky dog. That's legitimately just he's 3rd or 4th. So that'd be nice. And that would give the lucky dog to Gibbs. Yeah, I think it's safe to say, even without somebody in-game telling us, that Thorin, Brady, and Ace all took 100% fuel at lap 2.
Definitely a bold move we didn't see coming. I'm sure all the other drivers didn't see it coming either. But
Well, there's other drivers that pitted at lap 2, but they decided that either they didn't fully click it to like all the fuel they could get, or they just assumed 50% fuel and filled it.
What was really strategic about Thornton is that since no one else, or barely anyone else, pitted, he was able to grab as much fuel as he wanted and still swap behind the pack.
Mm-hmm. This is starting to think. This is gonna be a very interesting after race interview if Doran wins. Because Doran doesn't have a mic.
I'm sure he'll be definitely very excited.
Doran, actually no, you're in the middle of a race. Don't DM Chris. Never mind. When you have there's a caution type something.
I'm not saying I'm bored up here, but I could definitely do with some closer
some
racing.
action. Yeah, I mean if these packs merge, it'll be very nice. Sure, Casey's urging his team on back there. Get up here, come on. Actually, that's not what Casey sounds like, but that's what he's saying.
Sure, that's how he's feeling at the moment.
If you take a screenshot right here, it would look like it was just last season and these two battling for the lead. But sadly, that's not the case. In fact, I think Brent's in top 10, or Casey's leading the points, obviously.
No, this was last season. You'd see a car in the wall.
That is also true. And probably me screaming, damn it, damn it, damn it.
The racing's definitely cleaner this season, from the looks of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, what? You said you have top 10 in points. What points position is Bryn currently?
Bryn is in 6th at the moment.
Alright. Sorry.
Oh, good. With Thornton's currently in 5th, so I'm imagining if he is able to nab the victory today, he might move up to 3rd.
I think 3rd, yeah, around there. Depends on how everybody else finishes. This has become a nice little pack, though. Pack of 8, 9.
These cars definitely closing up now. This main pack forming up again. Here we go.
Now we're gonna have some racing.
Imagine if this next lap or two, it's gonna get spicy.
Yep. We have 8 laps to go. And I am watching somebody on lead lap, so it is actually correct.
For a lot of these drivers, they might not be on the lead lap, but sure it feels like it at this moment. Yeah, especially for Bryn up there. He must be thinking, I'm winning this race.
I mean, he's showing the pace, and I do think if he hadn't gotten that, I think Hobbs is probably gonna have a penalty for that first lap incident with Bryn. Very least a probation, or not probation, probation, where they're watching him. Because that arguably ruined Bryn's race right here. I mean, still the fuel strategy may have been off with him, but he still, at the very least, would have been fighting with Casey and that lot, rather than being 3 laps down. So, I guess we'll see.
That incident clearly, but I don't know if it was a little tap or not, but it definitely really works.
As Harrison is now on the lead lap. From him passing Thorin, and Thorin getting on the dirt. I imagine Razio had a little heart attack there, seeing that in the rear mirror. Alright, so now Casey Drake's leading. He's lucky dog. Where'd Gibbs go? Gibbs is 2 laps down? Oh, he pitted 4 laps. Okay, something has happened to Gibbs. So Casey is now your Lucky Dog with Brock, Razio, Wolfgang, and that's it for lead or one lap down.
We see the outside line beginning to form again.
Mm-hmm. This is
Inside line getting a good run here though.
Mm-hmm. 24 Brock sliding up the track a little bit.
Yeah,
This is the
coming
battle
back
for
down.
Lucky Dog.
Yeah. Keep Thornton in the back there, just kind of waiting back, not trying to get in any wrecks.
Nope. I mean, honestly, Dorian could probably go half throttle around the track and still win it at this point. Well, not win it because Brady's only a second behind him, but if Brady also did the same, then they could probably still get wins. I mean, they're up 20 seconds ahead of Ace in third and a whole lap ahead of, or effectively a whole lap ahead of Harrison here in fourth.
Wide now.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the 23 almost tried to close the door on him there.
Mm-hmm. As we go this time around, it'll be 5 to go.
Battle for the lead is currently with Zachary Thornton and Brady Floyd. But, from the looks of it, I don't think he's going to be able to touch him.
Actually, Thornton's disappeared.
Yeah.
Where'd Thornton go?
I wonder if he's having connection issues.
Possible.
Maybe he needed to pit.
In fact, he did. Thornton's
Wow.
pitting.
Our race leader, Zachary Thornton, happened to pit with 5 to go.
Your current race leader is Brady Floyd, who's been tucking into this slipstream for the past, I don't know, however many laps.
You know, with that draft, even if he's low on fuel, he can likely make it in the end. What a turn of events.
Yeah. I wonder where Thornton's going to end up. Is Thornton still going to be on lead lap?
I wonder if he's going to lose a lap.
I'm wondering that as well. Is he still going to be top 3?
Because the pit stop's at least 30
Well,
seconds.
he just got out of the pits, and it's saying he's in second. I don't think it's
just left
updated. He
pit.
should be third, unless I'm mistaken.
I think he's going to be a lap down.
No, it says he's 43 seconds, and Harrison's 47, and Harrison's not lap down, so I think he's just ahead of this group, actually. Yeah, so he's coming out third. Stretching that strategy really did work. In fact, I think he's just ahead of this group. Yeah, he's right there.
That's definitely unfortunate for him, not having the win there, but I'm sure he'll be happy with third.
Mm-hmm. Become the white flag. Wait, no.
Great job by Ace through it here.
Mm-hmm.
7th in the points. Coming up to second in the race.
We're one lap to right white flag. I counted the laps wrong, I think. Let's
Yeah,
pop
Ace
up on
threw it.
screen.
Started second in our first race at Charlotte. Yet to convert, but if he had second place, it's definitely a big result for him.
Mm-hmm. Will this be Brady's first win this season? I know he's been consistent.
Yeah. He hasn't even been on the podium yet, so this will be a big step.
Mm-hmm.
Is Ace part of this main group or not? As we go 1 to go.
Well, he was behind it. They've gone so much in drafting that he's in front of it now. He's basically on the other side of the racetrack. He's going through 3 and 4 right now.
Well, it looks like Brady Floyd is going to have the win today.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet unless he starts petering out. But even then, he'll be able to carry the momentum. 20-second gap. Even if he runs out of fuel right now, he'll be fine. as they go 3 wide for as many positions as possible ahead of them. Imagine a wreck right now.
As they come out of turn 4, Brady Floyd yet to get a podium, yet to get a win. It's going to come across the line in first place.
And he's coasting across the line. There you go. I think he had just enough fuel for that end. Either that or you made it dramatic for us. Either way, that's a win. These guys still have one more lap though. They're ahead of the leader. We do have a battle on our hands currently.
What's this the battle for? Fourth?
No, Harrison Chandler's a lap ahead of everyone here. It's a battle for 5th. It's a battle for lap down.
They go into turn 3, 2 wide, making it 3 wide. Watch that car in the back, trying to get a good slipstream on the inside line. I'm gonna go 2 by 2 to the line. As Thornton edges out whoever that is.
They're beating and banging. Oh, they're wrecking across the line.
Across the grass, and
the 24 will get that, but that'll be Wolfgang Hoffman getting 2nd of that group. I believe that'll be overall 8th. Yes. That was
fun. I feel bad.
Well, that was the fun ending that we were hoping was for the lead, but overall, good race win from Brady Floyd. Are they already in the what's it called box?
No, they're still cooling down, getting out of the car, you know.
All right.
Yeah, no, interesting race. Definitely. I don't think we were expecting that few cautions.
Floyd has completely run out of fuel, by the way. He's being pushed back around.
Well, he did cross the line.
He crossed
so
the line.
That's all that matters.
I wonder if he has some fuel and he's just saving it for a donut, or if he's straight up just going to park it in the pits. I do want some donuts to watch while we do our interviews.
So who are we grabbing? Our 3rd place finisher, Thornton?
Thornton doesn't have a mic. We'll do Harrison Chandler, Ace, and Brady.
Let me see if I can find him in the pits here.
If they should jump up to the waiting room with any luck when they're ready. So.
Yeah, I was able to get Chandler here in the waiting room.
All right.
Let me just see if he's ready for an interview. Alright, I was able to get Chandler. Here he is, coming into the booth.
Is he here?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I'm here.
How you doing, Chandler? Or Harrison? That was a good race today.
Yes, it was. It really was. It was a lot of fun. Looks like I was right about the pitting during the caution, because, man, that totally screwed a lot of guys in that. Anyways, it was a great race. I will take the finish. I'll take the race I did. No incidents, no problems whatsoever, and finished on the lead lap. Just gotta thank everybody on track for being very, very good. all the guys in Supermax Racing, they were pushing like heck, trying to give me as good of a finish as I could, and I really appreciate the help from Brock, Alan, Michael, and Wolfgang. It was much appreciated. So yeah, it's it was a lot of fun, and I will definitely take it.
All right.
Some help there in the end. Did you think you were gonna make it?
Oh yeah, I made sure that I put an extra few laps just so I could, and that probably lost me a bit of time, but I wasn't gonna risk having to pit again just for maybe 3rd or 2nd or even 1st. I just wasn't gonna risk it.
Very
Um,
happy for you. Great result.
I got a quick question for you. So
Sure.
that caution pit lap, you were the first out of the pits and by like a mile. Did you not take tires, or did you just hit your pit box dead on and somehow come out of the pits first?
So when I pit the first time, I put in a lot of fuel, and I was only 5 laps off of to the good, 5 laps off of the good. So that's why I had such a fast pit stop. I only needed about 5 more laps, but like I said, I added a little bit more just in case. So that's the reason why. And top 5, that's a great result.
All right. Was there anyone you want to thank for this good result today?
Just gotta thank everybody. Like I said, in the race, the broadcasting is much appreciated now. It's a lot of fun. Everybody who's supported me, friends and family, and my parents especially. Gotta thank them because I wouldn't be here today. Well, I wouldn't have all this equipment to be on here today if it wasn't for them and what they've sacrificed. So much appreciated them, and I think that's about it. You know, love yourself, and I'm here to race another day. See what happens.
All right. Well, have a good night.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Is Asen down there?
We don't have Ace. We have is our race winner Brady Floyd down there?
All right. Let's bring Brady up.
Let's bring him up.
Hello?
Hey, Brady. It's Harrison and Chris in the booth. How you doing? It must have felt like a good win.
I'm doing fantastic right now.
So
What-
what would you say won that race for you?
Oh, definitely saving fuel. I think the fuel strategy was all over the place. I don't think anyone had any clue that it was going to end up a fuel mileage race. But Zach, Ace, and I were the only 3 that came down during that caution and took full fuel. And during that first caution, and Zach was battling up with Casey and Brent, and Ace lost the draft, and I was just sitting there behind and saving fuel the whole time, and I before the line, but I was able to make it far enough.
Did you I wonder, did you see anything what happened on that lap 1 incident? Could you see anything from where you were?
From what I understand, Mitch thought it was a good idea to wreck Bryn going into the turn. Bryn almost had it saved, and then unfortunately shot back up the track.
Well, definitely unfortunate for him, but glad it worked out for you.
Yeah. I'd like to thank the guys at Triple D Racing, David, and especially Bryn for letting me sit behind him and save fuel there that whole last run.
All right. Well, I guess that's who you're thanking. You got anything else, Chris?
No, I mean, great win there. Great result. Wasn't expecting that kind of race, but you guys can make it interesting at the end for us.
Yeah, glad we could make it a little interesting for you. Yeah, thank you to everybody watching, especially my family out there. And we're over the moon getting a win in all 3 series this year.
All right. Well, have a fantastic night.
Thank you. You too.
And with that, we say goodbye and good night. We'll see you all this Sunday for ARCA at the Charlotte Roval. That's going to be a very fun race. With that, this is Harrison and Chris